Welcome to the Preparedness Therapist channel. Today I'm gonna talk about some micro challenges that you can perform each day to up your game, your cognitive game, and make each day more fulfilling, as well as improve your overall memory and thinking abilities and cognitive skills, so that when the crisis comes, when any crisis comes, whether it's just for a matter of minutes or hours, or whether it's a lights out situation, you're going to be more on top of your game. So and this came about because I had a client of mine, who was pretty astute, but he wanted to go to the next level. He didn't have a whole lot of time, and so together we explored some of what his interests are, and through that exploration I came up with a few other things that he could do and practice each day that would hardly take any time out of his busy schedule, but that if he did these, he would see improvements in his cognitive abilities, in his thinking, in his memory, and his motivation. And also, one of the things that he was struggling with was stress. And so by doing these things, his stress level decreased, his thinking improved, his memory was improved, and he had increased motivation. So let me go over what some of these things are that we talked about, share them with you. You get the benefit of his sessions with me. And so I'm going to share with you 7 or 8 things that activities you can do. Number 1, you can memorize poems. It doesn't take a whole lot out of your time. At a stoplight, you can look at 2 lines and just repeat them over and over again. Between appointments, if appointments is something that you have, you can do the same thing there. Memorize some lines of the poem. It's good in the morning to repeat the poem all the way through, and then at night to do the same thing, and in no time you're going to have some poems memorized. It's really a fun thing to do. Pretty impressive, but it also will offer you, when people ask for your advice, or if you have a problem you're confronting in your life, you can oftentimes go back to these poems. So choose your poems that you want to memorize, and memorize poems. Also, martial arts. I teach a martial art, and it's kind of it's geared towards preppers. The first up to the black belt, it's a traditional karate that comes from Okinawa called Wei-Chi-Ryu, and there is a whole lot of good aspects to that, with something called Hojo Undos, which are basic exercises, and the katas that you practice. I know that when I was earning my black belt, that I would go through, it just takes a few minutes to go through these moves daily, and it's really beneficial. It's a stress reliever, and it's fun. It's a challenge. And then for my karate, Dudokai martial arts, you can go on beyond the first degree black belt and learn more of the prepper type moves. It teaches you not just the martial art moves, but also the thinking aspect of martial arts. Because I find that martial arts generally are a little bit lacking as far as thinking in the moment. And so what my desire is with Dudokai martial arts is to give you all sorts of tools and the thinking and cognitive abilities to be able to call upon all those tools in your toolbox. Okay, we talked about memorizing poems. You can do that every day, and it just takes a few seconds, stoplights, walking around, taking a break, setting alarm, 3 minutes at a time. Working on martial arts, whether it's the katas or the Hojo Undos or just some of the basic moves. Stretching is a great way to have a micro challenge during the day. Also during a quick workout. So if you want to stretch, great. If you want to just take a quick 100-yard dash, boy, you can tell where do your eye come from, 100-meter dash. I also have some of those bands in my car that I work out between my appointments and in my office, and so I just do some band work instead of their kind of replacement for weights. So those kind of types of things too. Deep breathing, that is such a stress reliever. A 5 count breath in through your nose, hold it for 3 counts, and then exhale for 5 counts. Sometimes exhaling takes a little bit longer. Exhale through your mouth. And if I don't put up a video, there's plenty on YouTube about how deep breathing exercises really helps to relieve stress and helps your cognitive and mental functioning. Learning a new word is another thing that a lot of people find really beneficial. You can do that every day. Just takes a few minutes, and then try to use that new vocabulary. Set a challenge for yourself to use that 3 or 4 times during the day in conversation or in an email that you write. Somehow work that in and make it kind of a fun, unique challenge. Also, drawing. You can just get even pieces of paper, but little drawing art books that have blank pages in them, and you can just take a few minutes and sketch whether it's nature, a person, gift cards for other people. Those are just little micro challenges that you can take that will help with your cognitive abilities. And if your brain is on, then your emotions are going to be more on too. And then I would lastly say that any challenge that you come up with yourself, those are just some that my client and I came up with for him and talked about for him, and he chose not to do all of them. But I do some of those as well. And it's a really beneficial thing to take a little break each day and a number of times during the day. I probably take about 7 or 8 breaks a day and do that. And at 2 to 3 minutes each, it doesn't take a whole lot of time, and it is a stress reliever for me to do that. And I've come to the point where I don't even need to set an alarm to remember to do that. Maybe at first you will. But those, I would encourage you to take these micro challenges and set those for yourself. You're going to find some real good benefits, and it's going to help you not only now, but when the time comes that you're under a lot of pressure, a crisis, you're going to find that because you're able to do those micro challenges, you're going to think more clearly, your memory's going to be better, emotionally you're going to be more stable, all just from just a few minutes each day doing these things that really are beneficial for you right now as well as in the long run. So there you go. I invite your friends to subscribe to this channel and like this video. My goal is to have more of us prepared so that when everything collapses, whether it's just for a few days or whether it's longer term, that there are going to be many of us prepared. I want to be of help to others. I don't want to be a hindrance to other people. I don't want to be somebody to pull others down, but I want to be the person that is called upon to help others. And that's my desire, is to help empower each of us to be more prepared so that we can be of benefit and assistance to other folks. So it's the purpose of this channel, it's the purpose of my education here, it's the purpose of the books I write. So please invite others to come here and do that, offer comments, and thanks for watching.